That was pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, well, it is so underleveled. She's so good to have. With rescue and all. I love rescue and warp. It's just so good to have. Moving people around, doing little pot shots, and then like taking them away. It's great.
I was sure I had it. Oh, don't patronize me.
Yeah. She hates. Try to be nice to her sometimes. Uh-oh.
Hey, Professor. Can we talk? I feel terrible about the last time we spoke. I was trying to apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry. I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air. I want us to, engage.
In a duel?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand. Would you do that for me? Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best. Phew. You got me. I'm completely outmatched. Maybe, but you were definitely stronger. Honestly, that's what I needed to see. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you. But that's as pointless as competing against him would have been. So instead of that, I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him. Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before he... you know, before we lost him. So,
Yeah.
I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer? Yes! It's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
I know. My pops. Yeah. Oh, why couldn't you have that when we went to instruction? Messed up.
Mission complete.
Well, I console her because she tries so hard. Nice.
Guess I need to know this stuff, huh?
I think I've got the idea. Let's see it in action.
Age is but a number.
But a number.
I'm getting it.
Ooh. Bow crit. I need to put that on here. Yeah, we're going to explore today. I used to not replenish this every fight, but now I kind of do. Let me tell you. I use those all the time now. All the time. Yeah, same thing with Catherine. She doesn't like it, but she gets a battalion. She gets no say in the matter. Man, I want to keep my magic though. Dorothea. Pretty much, you guys are all stuck with that right now. So you're a bow knight.
It looks like people are slowly starting to come back to the town. I guess they feel safe now that you and the Knights of Seros have returned. Peddlers have become more common too, so there'll be food and supplies available. After being run down for all those years, it's really becoming livable again. Excuse me, could you do me a favor? Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
Professor? I've been away from Garrick Mach for a while, but I came back when I heard the rumors of what you were doing. The scars of 5 years ago may still be raw, but it's nice to be back. Anyway, I'm going to start a business here again, so I look forward to your patronage.
Hey, you got good stuff. I'll buy it.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. I was talking to some of the Daphnel soldiers earlier, and it seems that Judith has a weakness. But they wouldn't tell me what it is. I got the feeling they didn't appreciate the question. Pardon me for being curious. That said, maybe keep this to yourself. Not that she terrifies me to my soul, but I'd hate to get on her bad side.
Yeah, that'd probably be a bad idea. Okay, well now that I have money...
Welcome!
Oh man, I got things to buy, Anna. Things to buy.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, she has great things.
Come back soon. Welcome.
Welcome.
Is that the one? Thanks a
All right,
bunch.
I need to grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay, so Anna. I think I'm. Oh, yeah, dark seals. What? Oh, no, those are my dark seals. Okay. I will
Come
sell
back
those.
soon.
Hey, welcome. Come again.
Hello there. This one, yes? I thank you. Return soon, please.
Here's an idea.
On the north side of the Great Bridge of Myrden lies the territory of Acheron of the Alliance, and to the south, the Empire's Burgleys territory. Count Burgleys has held the position of Minister of Military Affairs for the Empire ever since the days of Emperor Ionius. The current Emperor seems to have brought the corrupt nobility to heel, but Count Burgleys looks to be an exception.
Apparently, I missed an item back there. And Q is wrong. Over by the blacksmith.
Professor!
How dare you, Q? How dare you?
Thanks to all that food from Judith, I'm full for once.
What?
I've got so much energy. Let me at that great bridge of Myrden. I'll bust it down myself. Oh. But then how do we cross?
That's why I like you, Raphael. That's why I like you. Catherine?
Of course. I'd heard of the hero of Daphne, but that was the first time I've met her in person. She's the head of a prestigious noble family? Just like Claude. The Alliance nobility is so odd. Kind of, but I don't mean that in a bad way. You won't find such big-hearted nobles elsewhere. Plus, Judith can drink with the best of them. A woman after my own heart.
Maybe.
Ugh.
If our plan succeeds, we'll arrive at the Great Bridge of Murden unscathed. The important part is what happens next. We're evenly matched in terms of military power, more or less. So if we can just launch a surprise attack... I'll give you that the bridge is basically a fortress. I wouldn't say we're at a loss, but we certainly shouldn't rest easy. But that's why you're here, Teach. No matter the odds, you're the wild card we need to win.
Five years ago, when the Imperial Army attacked Garreg Mach, they moved with incredible speed. But in the middle of all that chaos, she still had operatives watching. The hero of Daphne's spy network is impressive. She shouldn't be taken lightly.
No, she shouldn't be.
Right. The year 1185 is almost over. From next month on, it will be the year 1186. It's just a date, of course, but it feels significant. I hope next year is a great one.
Oh, she's S. Oh. Send in Shamir. Oh, God. Oh, Shamir doesn't impress her right now.
Feels good to fight for a cause. Feels good to fight for a cause.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Thinning their numbers.
Ugh. Oh no, Shamir. This guy, the first one is perfect. Oh, it's gonna be bad because he's on a beast.
You got yourself killed.
Oh god.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
Let me take in Leone, aren't you? Apparently she can just do no wrong. Yep, look at that.
Nice try. All right, who's next?
She surpassed the knights, man.
I'm not dying here. Nice try. I'm not dying here.
Wow, he's a little smitten. Leone.
This is the end.
Oh, that's not cool.
I'm not dying here. All right, who's next?
Yay. Silver bow. Okay, that's all I wanted. Well, with Leone.
Well, we've got another battle coming up. What do you think of our chances?
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back Claude. I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think That changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time. When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
Oh man.
Oh, hello, Sedith.
This could be
Hello,
good.
Leone. I imagine you are here to fish?
Yeah, this is a great spot for it. You must be a pretty experienced fisherman, huh?
Actually, while I have enjoyed the hobby for a long while, I must admit I am less than proficient.
Now that you mention it, I can see you're not having much luck today.
It is likely because I am not using any bait.
Well, that explains it. But why bother fishing at all if you're not even trying to catch something?
Truthfully, I fish only so that I might relax. It is soothing to me to cast the line and watch the water ripple. My days are busy, even hectic. It helps to find peace and quiet every so often.
Oh, that makes sense. Still, if you're going to go to all the trouble, you may as well actually bait the line.
Maybe so. But, to my chagrin, I do not even know what type of bait to use. I learned to fish by accompanying my wife. She was always the one to bait the hooks. She would hand me the rod and I would cast my line. I never paid attention to how the rest was done.
Ah. And your wife, where is she now?
She passed away quite some time ago. Since then, I have only to fish on my own. Even so, I find peace out here. Bait or no bait. What about you? Why do you fish?
Me? Just for the fish, actually. For me, it's purely practical. Catch a bite now, one less meal to worry about later. Hunting, fishing, whatever it takes to get by. That's how I've always done it. I'm not exactly starving right now, but back then if I couldn't catch something, I'd go hungry. So getting the hang of it was pretty vital.
I would certainly say so. I imagine it is intensely satisfying to catch a fish when the need is so great.
Probably, yeah. The need makes it more purposeful. But hey, if you ever want to try fishing for real, I'd be happy to share my bait with you. And if you catch something, I'll cook it up nicely for you. How's that for motivation?
Oh, are you a skilled chef also?
Can't promise it'll be fancy, but it'll taste good.
Impressive. Wouldn't you know it, I am suddenly overcome with the urge to excel.
Great! Let's get started.
Friendship.
Manuela, a moment?
Oh, hello, Sedith. I must apologize, but I am quite busy. Perhaps we could talk another time?
I have already confirmed that you have no urgent business. I would like to hear your explanation now.
My explanation? For what?
Allow me to be more specific. Where were you, and what were you doing last night?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my dear Sedith. You must relax that worried brow. Those forehead creases will ruin your beauty.
Just answer the question, please.
What question is that? The one you already know the answer to? Last night I had a bit of fun and a bit of drink. Less of one and more of the other, sure, but...
How much you drink is not my concern. But you are an adult who is tasked with the supervision of children. You should not be causing trouble for the students. It is unacceptable for you to expose them to your disgraceful behavior. Even more so to impose upon them the labor of cleaning up your mess.
Oh, don't oversell it. All they did was walk with me back to my room.
From what I hear, you had to be carried.
I'd like to think I'd remember that. If it happened, and it probably didn't, it's not as if I'm heavy. Nobody hurt themselves. Did they? Come on, Sedith. Loosen up. If you're so worried about how I'll behave, why don't you join me for a drink sometime?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I only get in trouble when I drink alone.
If it will help to improve your behavior, I would not object to accompanying you from now on.
Well, that sounds just delicious. What are you doing tonight, around...
But first I will lecture you on all of the intricacies of proper behavior in the supervision of children. And until I am done, you will not drink a drop of alcohol. If you agree to those conditions, I will join you. I will even drink with you. Alcohol has little effect on me.
That is just... You know, getting lectured by you is... Well, I think the word is torture. Yes, that's it. Torture. And I won't have it. I'm going to go get a drink and try to forget this ever happened.
Oh, God.
How is it that you imagine yourself the tortured one? I know you are there, Hanneman.
Well, say, are those crest documents? Ah, Seteth, have you finally decided to cooperate with my research?
Absolutely not. For 21 years I have refused your requests. I have no intention of changing my mind. But I will lend you these documents I have found, on the condition that you stop following me.
I am quite tempted by the offer, but your cooperation would be of much greater value. Your crest, the major crest of Keyhole, is so rare. As far as I am aware, Seteth, you are the only person ever confirmed to bear that particular crest. How did you come to possess it?
My answer is the same as every other time you have asked. I do not know. I was born a commoner, with no connections to any crests. There are no records of my lineage.
Oh, please. That thin explanation could never discourage me. You must understand, I will dig until I find the truth, no matter how long it takes.
You are wasting your time. I cannot give you the answers you seek. Even if you were to discover the reason why I bear the major crest of Keyhole, I doubt it would satisfy you.
That is for me alone to decide. And even if you are correct, that confirmation itself would be a valuable discovery. Such is the way of research, yes?
I'm afraid I cannot attest to that. I'm no scholar. In any case, if you really have no need for the documents, you will not mind if I dispose of them.
Let's not do anything hasty now. I will leave you alone, for now, but I am taking these documents with me. Once I complete my research on these papers, it'll be your turn, Seteth. I will learn the truth of your crest.
It is a pointless endeavor. You will learn nothing from me, no matter how much you try.
Perhaps his stubborn nature is one of the effects of his crest. Now that would be an interesting discovery. The first stage of my research will be to decipher his personality.
Things have gotten a lot more interesting since we've joined up with Judith, haven't they? Anyone who casually treats Claude like he's just some kid is not a person to be trifled with. I think Captain Gerald would have liked her. I hope someday I can be as strong, kind, and level-headed as her.
Hey there. We came from the territory of House Daphnel. It's not easy to leave one's home, but it had to be done. Judith asked us so earnestly, there was no way we could have refused. We can trust you, right? I'd hate to end up just another pointless death.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either. A lot of good people here. Oh, Edelgard's in the monastery. Hello, Judith.
I don't know where he recruited that man, but Claude's got an eye for great talent. I'm talking about his retainer, Nardell. I've only spoken with him briefly, but he seems to have a fair amount of both brains and brawn, with the skills to match. But there's something about him I can't quite place. Like I've somehow heard of him before.
Edelgard's in the monastery, look at that. Well, it's not Edelgard, but usually Edelgard is standing right here. But it's not her. Not this time.
Hey,
Wow.
Hello.
So Lady Rhea was in the Empire all this time. Glad as I am that Judith told us. I wish we had known this 5 years ago. We spent all that time spread out over Fodlan, searching for the Archbishop and you. It was a mistake to abandon the monastery, to leave it in ruins. Now we're paying for that mistake.
Yes, Stacy, I am hungry and no, I did not snack on anything.
So Lady, glad as we spent, it was a
Coins. I didn't know you like coins.
Wow, for me?
Judith is a wonderful person. So strong and confident as well. Looking upon her, I am sharply reminded of my mother. Very much so. Both brilliantly bright and positive, like a warm ray of light. I lost my mother long ago. I miss her desperately.
Nope, not ready to go yet.
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing? Are you looking for help with something? Ah, no. Your eyes tell a different story. You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Gerald. He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again. I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble. Just like your father. You know all the tricks of the fisherman's trade. I was hopeless at it, but he was a master. In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim. You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man. We spoke before about how Gerald never seemed to age, right? Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip. He said
he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life.
Whoa.
Well, we'd both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off. Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100. And he was
Whoa.
telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Gerald, if you don't mind. When Gerald was away from the monastery, what was he like? In other words, he was exactly the same. When he was with the Knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say. He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink. I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Gerald was sitting alongside me.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Is it true Lady Rhea was dragged off by the Imperial Army? I heard that was true. Why'd they take Lady Rhea? Professor, they didn't take her to kill her, did they? Yeah, good point. If they did, we'd have heard about it by now. You gotta help her, Professor. I'm begging you.
Yeah, it is interesting about what Gerald said to him, to the knight.
You gotta help.
Oh, I have you more.
Well, legend says that pillars of light fell and ravaged ALL. I was reminded of that when I saw it. Professor? Do you think those legends are true? Oh, I suppose you may be right. There's no way to be sure it won't. There are still so many things we don't understand in this world.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Right. Hearing that the Knights of Saros have returned, the monks have also been coming back. We still don't have enough hands here, but we'll use all that we've got to rebuild the monastery. Until the day that Lady Rhea is returned to us, we have to do all we can.
Oh, hello there, Professor. Did you need something from me? It doesn't look like you're wounded or anything. You just looking for someone to talk to? I thought so. Well, I'm here for you. Making you feel better is my top priority. Whether it's physical pain or worries of the heart, you can come to me for anything, Professor.
Worries of the heart.
The battle at ALL was a tactical marvel. You grow stronger with each passing day.
And I didn't have to kill
Where
Ash.
does your talent end and your crest's power begin? Are they one and the same, I wonder? Most intriguing. Yet it is quite difficult to draw useful conclusions given the situation. It is quite unfortunate I did not achieve my research goals before the war broke out. So much unknown. Now, I fear I will not have those answers even by conflict's end. So very frustrating.
I should always come here first. There's so many things I need to learn from these guys. But that will be for next time.
Wendell, whom we saw at Aelon, was once a renowned general known as the Grey Lion. And yet, as we fought him, it seemed like he was just looking for a place to die. Even if House Rowe, whom he served, is no more, he shouldn't have just given up on life.
I agree. You endure, and you endure.
We're going to invade the Empire, which means we'll be fighting people we know, won't we? If we're attacked by someone we know or used to think of as a friend, is it permitted to run away? Really? If something happens, will you keep me safe?
I don't have the heart to tell you to kill your own friends. But if it comes down to it, people are gonna die.
If Rhea really is in the Empire, then we must defeat the Imperial army by any means necessary. The people at large are just as concerned for Rhea's safety as we are. The sooner we can settle all our unease, the better.
I'm curious too. I know there's multiple endings, so I'm really curious what ending I'm going to get.
Here's an idea. On the north side of the Great Bridge of Murden lies the territory of Acheron of the Alliance, and to the south, the Empire's Burgleys territory. Count Burgleys has held the position of Minister of Military Affairs for the Empire ever since the days of Emperor Ionius. The current Emperor seems to have brought the corrupt nobility to heel, but Count Burgleys looks to be an exception.
Nice job.
All right.
I've learned a lot. Let's see it in action.
Okay, so she has lands in heavy armor. Okay.
Still got it. Oh, you're just flattering me.
Oh.
Always more to learn. Still got it. I've really gotten the hang of this. Let's do that again sometime.
Maybe it's gonna work on motivation more. Let's see. Ooh, cinnamon blend.
You called, so I came. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Very good. Oh?
I'm curious. Cats?
Very good.
No way.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah, see, I knew you and I are gonna be good friends.
You always have an interesting look on your face.
Thanks.
No.
Oh.
That was
wrong.
delicious. Thank you. I'll visit again when I'm free.
The task is complete without delay.
There is always more to learn.
Swift strikes.
I always was a quick study.
Yeah, I understand now.
Well, I have to go to battle. I have a couple quests out there that need to be handled.
It's a nice result.
Change to Cavalier. Oh, it doesn't tell me where I get it from. I think it's 2 defense for Cavalier. I think that's what it was. Or it was movement. I always forget. Shamir has a new ability that I want to use. Oh, she's fine. Dexterity for you would be great. We don't even use faith. I'm trying to find useful abilities that will help me give me a better edge. Desperation? I think maybe. I don't know. The desperation comes from authority from my experiences. But I could be wrong. Rally defense is insane. You have Dex, which is always useful, but these are useful. I almost want to give this away, but I won't because you're so weak. God, crit plus 20 unarmed. Oh, it's just, he's ridiculous. I think we're good on that. But it is true. Hey, the meat. How you doing, buddy? No catnap? You don't want to be part of the cat pile? Yes. She can do a master now, finally. She needs writing at A. When she gets writing A, I'll have a holy night finally. Okay. Almost there. Do I even have a master? No, she could be right now if I had it. Let's do marketplace. Meet. I need a master seal, buddy. That's what I'm saying, buddy. That's what I'm saying. There we go. I finally have a holy night. If she passes. Come on. Yeah.
I passed?
Definitely put her into a holy night. Oh man, if she just had a little more sword practice. No, you guys are not ready yet. Yeah, if she had reason, but she doesn't like reason. Alright, we're just gonna have to wait on that one. We'll take care of business first. Taking care of business. Yeah, and the shop is open. I'm so happy.